because she's trans, and I ain't into that shit. So again, you're transphobic.
Because you don't want to date a trans person doesn't mean you're transphobic. Just like how if you don't date a certain race because you don't find them attractive isn't racist. When people are trying to find someone to date, they look for attractive qualities. Some people don't find transgenderism an attractive trait. That doesn't mean they're transphobic. Transphobia is discrimination against trans people. Not wanting to date someone because they were trans is not discrimination. It's just a preference. And you go on to say, oh, what if they have the same appearances as a woman and identify as a woman? I don't know, maybe people find that attractive, but some people don't, and that's okay. Me personally, I wouldn't date a trans person, one, because they're biologically male, and yes, they're biologically male because it's in their DNA, and two, I'd want to have babies with my partner one day. It's not because I hate trans people, it's just I don't prefer them. So stop spreading this false narrative.
There is an absolute war on normalcy in America. There is a war on beauty and on all your values. Media tells you don't get married. Have fun into your 30s. Don't have any children. They bring you down. Children, they're bad for the environment too. Don't focus on yourself. Don't focus on your hobbies. Don't focus on poetry, on art, on romance, on beauty. Focus on your job. Slave away for 40 years at some cubicle from 9 to 5. Religion, that's stupid. Follow science, but only the science we agree with. We don't need morality. Do whatever you want at all times. The only great evil in this world is not agreeing with the status quo, with the establishment. Other than racism, of course. Other than you, inherently, you are evil. Your traditions, your ancestors, they are all evil. Disregard them. Boy's not a boy, a girl's not a girl. Let us teach your kids. Don't teach your own kids. Bring them to our schools. To say that you can be a conservative in 2020 and not care about morality, they are at war with you, whether you accept it or not.
Joe Biden is officially president-elect. So what does that mean now? Well, it doesn't mean that he's 100% going to be president. Why? Because of January 6th. January 6th is when the vice president opens the electoral votes and counts them. If there's any discrepancies, any conflict at all, Pence can turn around and say, the election's not valid, we need Congress to vote. At that point, the House will elect the president and the Senate will elect the vice president. Each state gets one vote, and there's nothing that Republicans and Democrats can do about it. This is the way that our Constitution works. I'm not solid on the figure, but I believe currently there are 30 states in support of Trump and 20 in support of Biden. This is basically the dumbed-down version, but that's what could happen on January 6th. Keep the faith, hold the line, and pray.
If you haven't seen this already,
we ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, a man and a woman.
so let's play out this line of Justice Warrior ridiculousness. Of course, disregarding the fact that amen is different than a man. But what else should we change? Are you following the masked womandate? Do you speak German or just you're a woman? Have some humanity, or at least humanity. What's your favorite romance novel, or perhaps romance? Talk to my manager. Well, my womanager. Whoa, you're acting so manic. You're almost acting womanic. How many would you like? Sorry, I mean, how womany would you like? Want to go to SeaWorld and pet the womanities? Smells like cow manure in here. Can I see the shirt on the womanican? Want to come over to my womansion? Want to hit the spa for some womanicures? You're a crazy driver. That was quite the womaneuver. Have you seen Disney's The Womandalorian yet? But I mean, come on. It's 2021. Why not change the whole English language to make it less sexist? I kind of like womanities better anyways. It's enough, society.
I had an 8-year-old girl tell me, I wish Trump died from COVID. When I asked her why, she said, oh, because he's racist. Now, I wasn't going to argue with an 8-year-old child. In fact, I don't talk politics with kids, and she has no idea that I support Trump. However, I did ask her, are some kids mean to you at school? And she said yes. But then I asked, but do you want to see those kids dead? And she said, no, of course not. So then I went on to explain to her that just because we disagree with somebody, or just because we don't like somebody, doesn't mean we should wish them any harm or wish them death. Now, she was silent. Now, I'm sure that this girl was just repeating the things she heard at home, but I think it's so sad that today's society is teaching children from a young age that it's okay to wish harm. It's okay to wish death upon somebody because we disagree with them or because we don't like somebody. It's absolutely heartbreaking, and this needs to change.
Donald Trump is your president, and if you like it or not.
And then let's talk talk about...
and you see that as systemic discrimination, not allowing women in the front lines.
I mean, if they are just as skilled in combat, if they've completed their training, if they are decorated officers...
They're far less skilled. We had to lower the PT requirements for women to make it in. Women couldn't meet the same requirements that men did, so we lowered them for them.
Well, in combat, it's not like it's with guns. It's with military-grade weapons, so it doesn't require the same amount of like...
we lowered the ruck times as far as how long you run with a pack on your back or carrying someone who's also in your platoon. We lowered the pull-ups. We lowered the push-ups. We lowered everything for female standards, and I mean that's female privilege, right? Men had to meet a certain set of standards, and when women couldn't meet them, we lowered them. So I just think
that's not female privilege.
Oh, okay.
That's promoting equality among the genders.
How is that promoting equality, though? By lowering the standard? By
allowing them to be involved directly.
Then sign up for a class with me.
For someone who talks about the pro-life position so often, why isn't he trying to use his big-ass platform to try to implement actual strategies to make keeping these fetuses more of a feasible option?
Actually, I am. I just got an email back from Emily Burning accepting my request to come on my podcast for an interview. She founded the Let Them Live organization that saves babies from being aborted by raising money for those mothers that are in need. And I'll be using my big-ass platform to bring more awareness to her organization. You really put your foot in your mouth here.
Why isn't he talking about the broken foster care system?
I've spoken on many of my live streams and in debates about how the foster care system needs to be revised. Could have just asked me this in the comment if you were unsure.
Why isn't he talking about how POC children are statistically less likely to be adopted?
That's statistically untrue. White kids make up 56% of the child population, but only 37% of kids adopted are white. Asian and black kids are actually overrepresented in adoptions. Hispanics are slightly underrepresented, but still better represented than white kids.
Let's just give money to Tyler, give money to Tyler.
My followers advised me to put up donation links so that they could help make me a full-time content creator because they believe in my message that much. Maybe you'll get there one day.
Because, first, everybody had their mask on, including me. Which I hate the fucking mask because I can't breathe in it and it fogs up my fucking glasses. And there was this dude in there and he had a mask on. And his mask said, I can't breathe. And I was like, shit. Hashtag me too. Minus the rape. I looked at him and I said, hey man, I like that mask. He just stared at me. I can't breathe either. He says, you think you funny? To which I replied, yeah. And he goes, George Floyd. And I was like, Chris. I went to the...
I feel like I'm going crazy on this app. It is absolutely unbelievable what belief systems you see on this app and are being encouraged. Communism is good. Obesity is okay and encouraged. Your feelings can change your biological gender. And Republicans are the ones that don't believe in science. An entire generation of young women is getting marketed to that sex work is normal and they can't wait to have their own OnlyFans page one day. Gender-altering surgery is okay for a 4-year-old. All white people are racist. And if you try to argue with that, you're racist. And the people that are sharing these opinions have millions of followers. And you look at the comment section, it's all like, Yas Queen, hashtag facts, 100%. I feel like an old man right now because it feels like truth just no longer matters.
How are you? Are you here for just a checkup? No? What are you here for? Abortion? Okay. Well, I want to let you know we have resources for you. We have people that want to adopt your baby. A lot of people don't know that's what the child looks like. They don't know that they have a beating heart at 16 days. They've got hands and limbs and feet. So
my baby has a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a place just down the street, actually, that offers all free resources to women. They'll help you up to 2 years after the baby's already born. So they'll give you maternity clothes, they'll give you diapers, all kinds of things like that. And they can connect you to people that will give you adoption referrals if you want as well.
My baby heartbeat is available right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you went and you got an ultrasound here, they could show you your child and they could show you the heartbeat as well.
And everything.
Yeah.
You just get on your prenatal vitamins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to go down the street.
I appreciate you taking the time. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to do that.
Thanks.
God bless you.
I guess I'm just too tough to cry.
I'm headed straight for the floor.
Guys, I have great news. Congress is finally doing something. No, you're not getting $2,000. Even better, the House of Representatives has just banned the words mother, daughter, father, and son, courtesy of Nancy Pelosi. Which is kind of weird that she did that because she has the words mother and grandmother in her Twitter bio. Apparently she banned those words because they are gendered.
Look, if you're offended by those words, you really need to get a life. But anyways, I'm glad Congress is focusing on the important issues that Americans seem to care about. Because, you know, someone's electing these people.
What is the most unprofessional thing a doctor has ever said to you?
My moment, TikTok. The day that the prenatal specialist told us that our son was going to be born with Down syndrome, she then handed me a list of abortion clinics within our state and told me how many weeks left I had left to terminate my pregnancy, as well as a couple abortion clinics out of state that were close by, just in case I didn't meet the deadline. I was completely floored by this and found it unprofessional, and I still do, because I want to know where in society and in a doctor's brain that when you hand a woman news like that she hasn't even had time to digest and process, hasn't even had a chance to reflect on what this may mean for her life, that the first thought is when a child is going to be born with a disability, that automatically we should terminate those pregnancies. I need for you doctors to do better, because even a child with a disability is just as important as an atypical baby. My son is absolutely amazing, and he is fearfully, wonderfully made in an image of God. I'm in need for you doctors to do better.
I got an amazing reaction in the last video talking about my wonderful school. I thought I'd do it one more time, but this time not talking about training for the school, but talking about an actual class that I'm taking right now, Women Gender Studies. These are microaggressions. I was given dozens and dozens of things not to say in class and things that are very offensive and aggressive that I could be punished for saying, God forbid, questioning. This category of microaggressions is called the myth of meritocracy. It should be really good. Here are some things that you cannot say in my class. I believe the most qualified person should get the job. Men and women have equal opportunities for achievement. Gender plays no part in who we hire. America is the land of opportunity. Everyone can succeed in society if they work hard enough, or if you say affirmative action is racist. These are all microaggressions that you cannot say in class. Some being just political opinions, some being facts. These are banned because it would be aggression, obviously. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I'm not done with this. You know what I think is hilarious to me? What is sad to me? What pisses me off? I had to learn about this on TikTok. Wasn't on the news. Wasn't on the news. It wasn't everywhere like George Floyd was. This man served our country and was burnt alive. You didn't see it on the news. That's what's sad. Y'all don't care about our veterans anymore. Y'all don't give a fuck about them. When did the pride and the respect for this great nation and all the men and women who serve it and protect it go away? Tell me that.
Controversial statement. How dare you? You're ugly? I hate you? I'm gonna cancel you? Look how much acne you have. You're a bum? You're a cracker? You have no earnings? You're dog water? Do we have any facts or evidence to argue with him? What do you mean he's right? Well, we can't agree with that. Because he's Republican. We don't have any facts. Fuck. You're fucking ugly. I hate you. You're ugly.
I literally have so much respect for you. It's so nice to meet you. Like, literally, oh my god, BLM, like, I feel so much for you. You must be oppressed every day because of your skin color. Oh, I'm not really, no. I mean, my parents make, like, $300,000 a year in combined income, and I'm fine with who I am, and, you know, I have good friends. I'm not really oppressed very much. But I bet people, like, constantly assume things because of your skin color, right? Like, didn't you get pulled over last week? It was definitely because you're black, right? No, I was going over the speed limit. Yeah, that's why I got a ticket. No, it was because you're black, right? No, I was breaking the law. It was my bad. But what? That's not possible. Are you good? No, I just need a minute. That's true. No, it's because you're black.
Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you all very much. No, thank you, sir.
The best.
Great job.
Thank you, Mr. President. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Can I shake your hand, sir?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. That's a great gesture.
Thank you, First Lady. Thank you. Thank you,
I
First
don't care
Lady.
what it
Thank
is.
you. We love you. Thank you. I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. This guy just got a better. Look, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It seems like a waste of time to fight for the preborn because it'll never end abortions. Seeing things on the news like Argentina's new pro-abortion laws and the World Trade Center lighting up in celebration of being able to legally kill full-term babies is really disheartening. But what the headlines will never show you is the fact that minds are being changed every single day, eyes are being opened every single day, and preborn children are being saved because the pro-life movement is growing. Plus, even if you fight your entire life for preborn children and you only change one mind, then you might have saved one life. One unique, individual, beautiful human life. And you've done your job. And that's worth it.
Yay!
Can I tell you guys some policies Biden's going to have?
Yes.
So he's going to have opportunity zones, which are basically going to give tax cuts and job opportunities to black communities. He's actually going to give $500 billion to black communities. And he's doing this First Step Act, which is basically going to help people come out of jail and transfer better into society. And also reduce sentencing for like low, minuscule sentencing like marijuana, for instance. Do you guys support that?
Yes.
Let's go. Because those are actually Trump's policies.
Votes do not go down. Why are we seeing negatives? And look, we understand that mistakes happen. We've said before that a human can make a mistake and a machine can make a mistake. But should one error result in a swing of 300,000 votes? Okay, so if we take a look at Pennsylvania, we talked about a 19,000 vote switch that occurred. And let's say this was one human error. But what about all these? Are these all innocent errors as well? And what about all these all over the country? How many errors are okay to have in an election? How many votes were changed by these errors? And who is claiming responsibility?
I want to see how this new text-to-speak feature pronounces some of these politicians' names.
78-year-old racist who voted against desegregation in schools because he didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle, enacted the '94 crime bill which incarcerated upon thousands of African Americans, who said word for word that if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. But wait, there's more, whose son and now possibly him are a part of federal investigation for illegal foreign involvement with the Ukraine. Still going, who spends most of his days off sniffing little kids' hair. Hold on, almost done. Who made Anita Hill stand before the Supreme Court by herself. Said you can't go to Dunkin' Donuts or 7-Eleven without a slight Indian accent. Dropped out of the 1998 election because of plagiarism. Called Obama the first articulate, bright, clean, and mainstream African American. Eulogized America's most famed racist Strom Thurmond. Getting close to the end. And finally, voted for the Iraq War. But you know what, that doesn't matter because CNN said Orange Man bad.
Okay, so this right here is a fairly common argument you hear with the pro-abortion crowd. Basically what it says is, why would I have a child? Yeah, sure, it could go up for adoption, but it's going to live a terrible life in the foster care system. This is very obviously false, considering that there are 2 million Americans ready to adopt for every one baby born in America. Which means that there's roughly 36 families ready for every single baby born. These babies don't go into the foster care system, they go up for adoption. And yes, we should work to make the foster care system better. But who are you to decide that someone's life is so bad that it's not worth living? Like, if there was a homeless person on the street, you can't go up to them and just shoot them in the head because, oh, their life sucks. I'll never understand why some people think that they have the right to determine whether someone's life is worth living or not. Sure, I agree. Your body, your choice. Do whatever you want with your body. Unfortunately, the baby is not your body. That's someone else's body. Okay, so this right here is a fair...
No person can use another person's body in order to live.
Wrong. Should this man be permitted to let go of this woman? I mean, she is clearly relying on his body for survival. And to make it even more analogous to pregnancy, let's say he forced her over the edge. Can he still let go of her at any time knowing that she will die if he does? Because that's what pregnancy is. You forced another person to be in a state of dependency on you. My argument is that you cannot then remove that dependency knowing that they will die if you did.
Consent can be withdrawn at any given time.
Let's say that this guy is physically apprehended by some friends and made to go skydiving. And after they jump out, the friend who is attached to them no longer wants to be attached or share her resources. Should she be permitted to revoke consent and remove him knowing that he will die if she does? Obviously, consent cannot always be revoked, particularly if it's going to cause the death of another person, and even more specifically if they are in that situation because of you.
Embryo does force itself onto the pregnant person.
A 1-year-old baby cannot be held legally or morally accountable for any of their actions. So it would be logically inconsistent to say that at an even earlier stage of human development, like an embryo or a fetus, that they now somehow can be. Glad I could help you understand this.
Do you you prefer Trump?
Yeah.
I support Biden.
I respect your views. We all have different opinions.
Hey,
What's up?
do you prefer Trump or Biden?
Trump.
Okay, I prefer Biden.
Yeah, I understand that.
So you do prefer Trump then?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I prefer Biden.
That's okay. I like your wall. It's very bold.
I support Trump.
What?
I support Trump.
You support Trump?
Yeah.
So then that's why you're so damn ugly and you look like a damn dog.
Oh, I support Trump.
I'm sorry.
Guys, there are women in the audience as well. Right? Thank you.
Get them, sis. Guys, women, okay.
What about the transgender?
Y'all too. Everybody.
Y'all and everybody are not the correct pronouns to address someone.
Exactly. Okay, human.
Not a pronoun. I hope you have a daughter someday and someone calls her a human. You transphobic bigot.
Okay, so this black guy walks into a bar.
Was he discriminated against by institutionalized racism?
No.
So racism doesn't exist.
I didn't say that.
What you not about to do, my brother, is perpetuate a narrative that enables racism and gives them a reason to say racism is not real.
Preach.
I can't support someone who isn't racially biased like I am. My niggas.
He not woke. Pero like.
Did you just speak Spanish?
Oh my God,
You're appropriating Latino culture.